Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about the 2025 release of the King of Kentucky. My name is McNeil. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Justine Mays and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey-oh. So, we're going to be talking today about the King of Kentucky and the latest release of that. This is an interesting one on a couple fronts, but we'll talk about all of that after the break. For right now, though, McNew said there's something she want to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Okay, so this might be more just my age related, but when your female friends get married, do you change their last name in your phone?
No.
Okay, I don't either, because I will be Christina's still Christina, her last name. I never changed it to her married name.
Right.
And when it shows up on social media, I'm like, who's that? I'm like, oh.
All the time. It frustrates me on social media that people just fully change their name. Make your maiden name your middle name, in my opinion. I don't want to and especially if I only knew you in high school and you've changed in looks quite a bit since I last saw you. And I search through some of these people. I'm like, why the F are we friends? You're a stranger. I have no idea who
Is that how you did it, Katie, for your first marriage?
Yeah. So then when I changed my name in my first marriage, I was Katie Joyce Gorman on Facebook. So I kept my
you did keep it as the middle name.
There. Yeah. And
Gotcha.
pretty much everything. Now it's nice. I'll just never change my name again.
I always think that it's funny when you see girls change their name. They used to go by their first name and their married name on Facebook, and then all of a sudden they're going by their first name and their middle name, and it's oh, you're getting divorced.
And start digging. You're like, ooh, let me look for the gossip. You start digging on their page to see ooh, when did they stop posting the husband in the pictures?
Then you got to go look at the husband's page. They're not tagged anymore because you're no longer married. You got to go search him separately. It's a deep dive into what happened in this relationship.
I've never done this, so yeah.
Welcome to Girls' Night, Steve.
Yes. Yeah.
I will still refer by people by their maiden name though. So my neighbor growing up, I still refer to as Caitlin Schrader, and we are now friends with them as a couple. And so I will tell John, I'm like, oh, I was talking to Caitlin Schrader, and he's like, who? And I'm like, gosh darn it, I forgot you're new around here and you don't know her by her maiden name. This is annoying. Get with the picture. We don't call her by her married name. I don't care that she's been married for now coming up on 10 years. It doesn't matter.
No, I feel the same way. I'm they could have got married right out of high school, and I'm just no, that's not her name. That's not her name.
Right.
You didn't think that, Steve? Your generation, you were more not opposed to changing names. So, you just know people by their married names?
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think of
I love that you can't even think of an example.
Nobody's gonna be like, "Who's Amy Akeley?" Like they just like know like that's her name. Like they don't even like think of her.
Yeah, well, she's not on social media or anything.
Well, no,
so
you
know, there's not that issue of would she put her maiden name in there. I don't know because she doesn't do any of that. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
But even in my phone, like I will never change them. It's always their maiden name.
Right.
Like three of my best friends, like all of their last names are their maiden names. And I'm just kind of like, if they show up as something else, I'm like, who's that? Like, that's a stranger. I don't know who you are.
Right. Yeah.
I think it should become the increasing trend to not change your name.
I always thought it was going to be a pain in the ass. I never legally changed mine. I changed mine on Facebook because I didn't want his family to bitch. And I was afterwards, when it's all done, I'm like so grateful. I don't have to go change.
You don't have to go through anything. Yeah.
There is so much like socially you could go by their name, but not having to legally change it. But it's such a pain. That's
so much paperwork. I wasn't going to do it. But no, just socially, I think it's fine. But I'm just like,
especially if you have kids, like it makes sense to have like a family name.
Family name's good if you got kids. I would agree. Well, yeah. There you go. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. Justine will go first this time. She's ready to go.
I have Buzzard's Roost, the Char 1 Rye.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. That was an interesting noise. Didn't sound very cork poppy. I don't know. It sounded like...
I mean, you saw me do it. It's not like I hit it.
I think you hit the table there or something.
I didn't.
I think there was a table strike.
It didn't. It was sitting on my knee, and it's in the air.
It's a bone then. Justine's very skinny, so probably hit her a knee bone.
Yeah, that's it.
That face was a classic. All right, so McNew, you're next. What do you got?
You have some larceny. Won't do anything.
Okay, that's our leader right there. That's
the
our leader.
Squeak was squeaking. The leader?
I think so. Yeah. Justine just struck a table there or something.
He's mad at me because I rolled my eyes.
Rye 3 Cigar Series. Let's see what we got here. I'm hoping for come on. Right now, this would be an easy one to take the lead. Come on. Do me right here. Here we go. That's enough to take the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We have Katie yet to go, though. So
I've got Bourbon Deluxe.
Oh, okay. All right, that's enough to take it.
Hers was close, though.
It was close. It was. Neither of us had like an explosive one, but yours was slightly better than mine.
It blew my eardrums this time.
So, cheers to Katie.
Cheers.
Ding.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the King of Kentucky. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the 2025 release of the King of Kentucky.
Yes, we are. Normally we turn this over to Kathy to fill us in on what's going on with this one. She couldn't podcast with us tonight, so I'm going to take that role. So. This is the 8th year since the King has returned. So King of Kentucky was actually a brand from 1881 to 1968. So it went away and then has been back for the last 8 years here. For this particular one, there were 63 barrels, and these are single barrel releases because they are going to be different proofs, and they're aged 17 years. The mash bill's the same on all of them, 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley. Again, I told you they're single barrels, so the proof are different, and they range from 124.4 to 135. In total, we're talking about approximately 5,000 bottles. These were selected, this is an interesting one to me, very interesting in fact, by Chris Morris, the Master Distiller Emeritus. Why isn't Elizabeth McCall doing this at this point? I mean, Chris has been retired at least 2 years. Why is he still doing something like this? So that's interesting to me. There was a price increase again this year, so this one's been steadily going up. You know, when it first came out, it was about $100 8 years ago. Now we are at $400, and it took a jump from $350 last year up to $400 this year. Now it is a 17-year-old bourbon. This is the oldest one they've had so far. So, and we know that old bourbon like that does go for big money these days. So it's interesting. So what do you guys think about this one? Because I don't think any of us have tried it, including me. I've not tried this yet. So, yep. So.
I mean, I would try it. I don't, that's not my budget, but I would try it.
I'm not buying it, but I would try it somewhere. I think it's a good proof range. Like, if you're going to charge that much, it needs to be where that's at. So it's interesting. And it's also Chris Morris doing it's also interesting. I'm not running out to find it, but like, I'm glad to see them back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they certainly put a lot of time into it. I would be tempted to buy it if I came across it.
I would too.
The temptation would absolutely be there.
It's at a very high end of what I'd buy, but
the barrel shop would suffer that month. That if I bought that, I might have to cut out a few other bottles. So
yeah,
that would go into consideration.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Katie doesn't run into this.
Yeah.
I'm rooting against Katie officially, and who I normally root for. Katie's one of my favorite people, but no, I'd prefer she spends her money at our place. Than,
I'd have to watch Darren's sad face as he puts back bottles that he's put aside for me that I decide to say no to.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that to Darren.
I know.
Yeah.
That's how he gets me. That's how I walk out with boxes and boxes. I mean, it's good stuff, but you know, it's the
puppy dog
not
eyes.
funny to see Darren have a sad face.
So my question is on this.
Yes.
That they had around 100 barrels that were earmarked for this.
1,000, right? Wasn't it?
No, I think it was 100.
It seems like 100 would be the right, based on the fact they're only using 63.
Yeah.
That'd be a big cut.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the 5,000 bottles that resulted.
Right, 5,000 bottles. Yeah.
So if it's 17 years, like, I would like to know if they have this lot of barrels that are earmarked for it. And like, I want to know how often they check it, because they said that there were like 7 or 8 barrels that were like completely empty from evaporation.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
So, like, how often are they, I guess, not checking it to see, like, oh wow, this barrel is really low, maybe we should like do something with it before it's gone in 17
That's
years.
a great point. Because then are they doing this enough to messing with them to notice, like, oh, this one's over halfway gone. Like, we can feel this is real light.
Yeah, like maybe we shouldn't wait for this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I don't know. It's tough because I assume the process is to identify your 100 barrels, and then you got to get them pulled, I would assume, because these are 17 years old at this point. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, we'll leave them around for 2 or 3 more years. So I assume they get them all pulled, and any they don't like, they dump into a some sort of mix or blend that they're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't guess that they're going through and tasting or checking all of those, because they're in ricks and who knows how high they are. I mean, it's going to be very harrowing.
Yeah, it said because they all were stored in one specific place,
right,
in the warehouse. So they're all bundled together, anyways, because it told you in the information like where exactly they were stored and what level. So I guess it makes sense that they just kind of set them and forget them until they plan to come back to them, which is why then some of them were totally empty.
I assume that they're like, okay, Chris Morris is like, okay, we're getting ready to do this. Let's get those 100 barrels. And that's when they find out, damn, that one's empty. Yeah. Oh, that one's empty too. So, yeah.
Can you imagine if those were like the first few that they went to and opened, and all of a sudden they start to get real nervous that they're going to have like a majority of just empty barrels that have been sitting there for almost 20 years.
Wouldn't you like to be around on that day, though? Because I bet you they're tasting some really good whiskey. I mean, you're getting the weird things of, hey, that's an empty barrel, but man, I bet you some of those are bangers, and that would be fun.
Oh, there had to be some of them. They're just such a unique flavor that you're not going to find anywhere else. That would be so much fun.
That would be a good day.
It would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But so this is out there. It's rolling out now, and 5,000 bottles. I don't know if you think that sounds like a lot. It's really not, because it's going to nationwide. Most like Pappy Van Winkle, I think they're up to like 8,500 bottles, and you know how hard that is to find. This is less than that even. So,
I did have a question. They're heat cycled environments, and it talked about what that's exposed to like warm temperatures throughout the year. Does that mean that they're just like have heat on in the building and they're turning it on and off like throughout the day? Or do we know like what kind of cycle? Do they keep it hot for days on end?
That I don't know. I do. And of course, this has been in the last. It hasn't been the whole life of the 17-year thing. I mean, their heat cycle warehouse that they have ones like these identified in, that's only definitely less than 10 years. So it hasn't been something they've been doing the whole time, but it is something. And they don't do it to all of their barrels, by the way. So these are ones that they, I guess, designated, and then they and it's just so it gives it more cycles going in and out of the wood, so they'll heat cycle it to in the winter to get some more activity in and out of the barrel when it's typically dormant under a certain temperature. It's just dormant, basically.
Right. That's part of the process I just find so fascinating to know like what they've tried and that they've decided right now works well, of like how hot are they getting it? How long are they heating it? At what temperatures are they doing this when they decide like they didn't have a hot enough summer, so they're going to do it more in the winter? Like to see their thought process that would go into that, that's the part that I just really love. And then to be able to drink a whiskey that all this work and thought went into it is so cool.
Yeah. I would guess, back to Katie's original question, it's probably not heat cycled several times during the day. I bet you it's more like every couple of days, because you think it's got to, if they heat up the warehouse and that whiskey gets, it's 35 degrees outside, and they heat it up where they test the whiskey and it's 55 or 60 degrees or whatever they get it up to. Even if you turn that off, it's going to take a while for that to cool down, because again, it's the mass it's going to take a while to cool that mass down. So it probably has to be off a couple days, then they get it going again. I would assume that. So it's probably days, is not hours that they're measuring that in.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, well,
can you like strategically visit when they have that going, so the warehouse is like nice and toasty, like walking through?
Yeah, that would be fun, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't, at least not part of a regular tour, show you
No.
the heat cycled ones, which would be cool to see. So
I wish people would do more like that for tours. Like, come sign up to come watch us while we like do a day when we're going through these barrels and checking them. Like, I don't even need to taste them myself. I just want to watch your all's process. Like,
Yeah.
give me something from one of your standard barrels to sip on, and I'll just enjoy myself seeing what you do.
yeah.
Like seeing the masters at work here.
Hopefully,
Fun, like the process.
hopefully we'll see more of that kind of stuff. I mean, they got to get creative with ways to get people there. And bourbon is definitely, down a little bit. So an opportunity to bring people in, offer those sort of unique experiences is a good way to do it for sure.
Or
Behind
just
the
be like
scenes.
Buffalo Trace and start releasing the stuff you've been holding back the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there you go. There's a little bit about what's going on with our friends over at Brown Foreman that got the King of Kentucky coming out. So pretty cool stuff. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Justine
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
McNew.
Also on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me. We're always getting new barrel picks in. I think over the last several weeks, we've probably got in a dozen, and we got in 3 today, I know. And we've got another 4 that'll probably be in. They were going to be as early as Saturday, but I just got a call from Rich Anders. I think it'll be next week. But they're coming in fast and furious, folks. So come by and see us, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
That's it for today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.